Good morning, comrades. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Nürburgring. Today is Tuesday, the 27th of July. I hope you can see it on my watch upside down. This means this is the end of the 2-week test period that I had with this Audi RS6. And before we say goodbye to the car, I think it's nice to make this video as sort of a final conclusion, summary of the thoughts that I've gathered over the last 2 weeks. Now, the majority of you who've been following me on my channel know that this car has had quite an interesting role or function over the course of the last 2 weeks. And in case you don't know, let me summarize it and also describe how this car was used and praise it for how it was used. So, as mentioned, I got this car 2 weeks ago, and the intention was to generate some sort of a buzz around a live show that I was doing together with Audi Tradition, featuring the icons of motorsport such as Audi S1, Audi 90 IMSA GTO. So on Tuesday night, 2 weeks ago, Tuesday afternoon, I received this car. In the evening, we did some laps on the Nürburgring Nordschleife at the track that is right next to me, by the way. Was already very much impressed by the car's driving dynamics, although it was fully wet, but hey, Quattro, so it was actually perfect conditions. And then I left to Ingolstadt to shoot the show the following day. Now, on Wednesday night, 14 centimeters of rain fell within 2 hours. That's approximately 8 months worth of rain. Caused floods, massive destruction, and all the bad things. Let's not talk about them too much in this video. In the process, also my private car that was parked here was destroyed, so I came back, and then things evolved to such an extent that we decided to set up a group of volunteers to help out people in the affected areas. So what this car has been doing in the course of the following 2 weeks, it was hauling dozens of volunteers, necessary equipment, supplies to the affected areas, and also going through some extreme environments. A bit of off-road, not too much. You could have seen on my channel where the roads were flushed away or completely destroyed. Lots of sandy environment, mud environment. But again, it was something I wouldn't make the car go through things that I wouldn't make it do to my own car. I'm not gonna go through there. No? I won't make it. Oh, no. Shit, I haven't seen it. No, you will. No, it's too much of a drop. Yeah. No, not for this car. We usually would park the car outside the affected areas because also emergency vehicles need to get to those affected areas. So you can watch the videos back and see in case you missed them, because then you can also see how far the region has been affected. But let me quickly also describe you how the day was, or how this car allowed a very dreadful experience be actually, I wouldn't say positive, but a lot more bearable to many volunteers, including myself. So usually I would wake up at 6 o'clock. I would then have to bring my dog Pancake to a doggy sitter, so I would be able to go out and work in the field, in the literal or figurative sense. Usually I would wake up at the time that I usually would have to leave according to GPS, because with this car you can catch up any lost time. Bring the dog, pick up breakfast, fuel up the car, then pick up volunteers, pick up the equipment, go to the affected areas, work the whole day, and then on the way back again, go in these seats full of comfort because they have ventilation, they have seat heating. Put the RS mode on, then it would say like, oh, use this function on closed course racetracks, but it's only for the acceleration measurement. But we don't care about acceleration measurement, we just like some bit of emotion. So then full people with 5 car, I press the accelerator pedal and enjoy it, and then already within 1 second you can lose your driver's license. So don't enjoy it too much on public roads, kids. Just enjoy it a bit. Right. Then you would come back home completely rested and quicker than everyone else, take a shower, and then by that time that you're done with all your stuff, the rest of the group would arrive and you'll be already ready to go and have dinner. What I want to say is that I do like to test the cars to their real life environment, to either put them on the track and test them to their extremes and see whether the components work as intended in the marketing brochures, or actually test them out every single day and pretend that it would be my daily and see how the car would behave in the real life world. Can you actually live with such a car? And in this case, as mentioned, the conditions were quite special, but since the car like over exceeded any expectations, something that many of you my audience have said also on the post that I was making about this car, I think it deserves lots of praise for what it has been doing. However, yesterday I've received the email from Audi saying that they disagree with that this was not the purpose of the test car. Maybe better I should have made some 300 kilometers per hour Autobahn runs and praised it for its top speed. Maybe I should have parked up and like talked about spec, about the price, something that the other journalists would do. And the end of the email was, we sincerely hope that the car will come back in flawless condition. So having said that, and being on a nice parking spot, let's go outside, see if it is in a flawless condition, and most importantly talk about the car's features. And before we're gonna get out, let's take a look at the interior. It is pretty much similar that you would find in any of the 6 series or S6 series. There are some minor differences like the pedal shifts and the RS mode button, of course, that you can pre-program. You have 2 different RS modes, so you can have just like everything in sport, the throttle response, the suspension, and then by default the RS2 mode is exactly the same as the RS1, but then it switches off the traction control or puts the traction control in, so to say, in sport mode. For the rest, it has nice carbon fiber package. Like interior wise, it's good. There's not much to comment on. It's good, it works, it functions as mentioned. Lots of comfort. You have the, well, for that I would need to start the car, but you would see you have ventilated seats. Yeah, engine likes to have some oil. After 2,000 kilometers you need already to refill the oil. You have ventilated seats, you have heated seats, you have air conditioning, and all the infotainment that I've covered multiple times about the Audi cars, so let's not spend too much time on that. By the way, here you have nice sound system. The tweeters, when you switch off the car, the tweeters will go back. Probably, maybe if I open the door, they would go back. Yeah.
Your mobile phone is still in the vehicle.
Yes, my mobile phone is still in the vehicle because you have wireless charging here together with other USB ports and lots of space in the back. As mentioned previously, a 5-seater. So let's have a quick look in the back. I also opened the trunk so we can have a look at that in a second. Yeah, oh nice. Ooh, that's from my dog, by the way, an antler. Just an advice for dog owners. Antlers work very good, especially for young dogs that want to chew in it. I'm 1.85 m, and so I was 1.85 m on the front and also in the back, and perfectly comfortable. So the comfort and space, it is probably one of the best cars that you can get, especially for that money. The car in this spec that you see here is 175,000 euros. Yep. You have also climate control, climate controls on the back, speakers on the back, more carbon fiber on the back. Speaking of carbon fiber, let's talk about the Carmrade. I'm gonna leave it here so I don't forget it. The carbon fiber or carbon ceramic brakes, 440mm brake package on the front. And I believe the stock size of the wheels is 21, and you can get it with optional 22-inch discs that we have on this car running. The brakes perform very good. They do require, I would say, 1 tap on the brake to warm them up for the very first time that you're gonna go hard on the brakes, but after that I really like the pedal feel. So this is great. You also need to get those very expensive brakes. I don't know the exact price, but we can have a look at the brochure later, if you want to unlock the full potential of 300 kilometers per hour on the Autobahn or whatever you want to drive illegally. On the Autobahn you can still do it legally. The front, definitely need to talk about the front, because this is one of the best decisions that Audi has done, is put the RS7 front on the RS6. So this is like the biggest difference in relation to the base A6 or S6 models, are the headlights, or the whole front is basically RS6, and I absolutely love it. Also how wide it looks with those quattro blisters, the rolled out fenders, it is amazing. Again, also carbon fiber or carbon ceramic discs on the rear, and then lots and lots of space in the back. I've took out those covers, probably need to insert them back, but as mentioned, you can haul lots of stuff in there. It was really impressive and very functional. Quattro specific exhaust, the oval, massive oval exhaust, give it also extra sexy and white and muscular appearance together with carbon fiber spec pack. And that's pretty much it. There's one more thing I want to mention about the trunk. For some reason, when we would be like standing here probably and talking about the trunk, quite often it would happen that it would just close by itself. So here's what we got. Soap, lots of soap. Hey, I didn't tell you to close. You done?
Does it have a swipe thing?
I don't know, man. It just random here. It stops, it closes, it opens. It's a weird thing. Oh, come on, just close. We just want to go. And I almost want to say goodbye, thank you very much, but most importantly, we haven't talked about the engine, the 4-liter twin turbocharged V8, 600 horsepower, 800 newton meters of torque, 3.6, I believe, 0 to 100 according to brochure. So very fast, very good, very much fuel consumption, oil consumption, but other than that, very nice car. I guess this pretty much concludes it. The Audi RS6 C8 is a car that combines everything that you could possibly wish in a car, and in my case even more, because of, again, this very special case use scenario that we've been having with this car. And for that I also want to apologize to Audi for using it as not intended. I promise to be more careful with the future cars of Audi test fleet and any other car manufacturer. Maybe like make sure to check if that's actually okay what you're doing and what the actual purpose of the car is. But all that aside, the car is great, and yeah, maybe see you some other time when we can test it out in the actual real case test environment. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.